Good morning. Today we're going to talk about battery cell imbalance. There are two types of scenario. One type of imbalance is resting, when the cells are not doing anything, just resting. The other scenario is charging. What happens if we charge the battery? How will the cell imbalance look like? So first of all, let me tell you the battery system I have right now. I have a JK battery and also a EcoTrack left-hand battery and EcoTrack right-hand battery. And these are the cells of the three battery. 200 amp hour. So I have three battery, 200 amp hours, so I have total of 600 amp hours at 12 volt each. And so let's take a look at the JK-Track. This is the JK-Track app. JK-Track is designed with a JK-BMS. That's why it's called JK-Track. And I also have two L EcoTracks. The right hand side and the left hand side, these are the L EcoTracks. So total I have 600 amp hour. So let's take a look at the resting cell imbalance. If you take a look at out of focus, okay, cell voltage difference is actually 1 millivolt, 0.001 volt, and these are the cell voltages. As you can see, right now they're actually perfectly balanced. So it's about 1 millivolt from 3.332. Yeah, they are all 3.332. So the JK-Track battery is perfectly balanced. So I write down that dV is 0 millivolt. And the voltage is 13.33 volt. 13.33 volt. And my left EcoTrack is 13.28 volt. 13.28 volt. And the imbalance is between 9 to 10 millivolts. So let's say 10 millivolts. And let's go to the right EcoTrack. So this is the right EcoTrack. The right EcoTrack is 12.27 volt. Now it's, I'm sorry, 13.28 volt. Sorry, 13.28 volts. And the imbalance is 12 millivolt. 12 millivolt. So these are the resting cell imbalance. Now I'm going to turn on the engine and charge the battery with the underhood generator. So okay, so I just turned on the battery and charging by the underhood generator. As you can see, the charge current on the JK-Track is climbing from 0 to 14.8 amps, 16 amps, 24 amps, 29 amps, and the voltage is also climbing. And it will take a while for the battery to be charged up. And let me explain about the cell balancing mechanism we have. In the original EcoTrack, the L type, it comes with the Milwauee controller, and it has a internal passive balancer. The passive balancer is basically a resistor shorted to ground. So it tries to reduce the voltage of the high cells, and it could reduce by 0.6 amp at a time, 0.6 amp at a time. It's not very efficient, and a lot of people have problem with the balancing mechanism in this BMS. So what I did is I added two 5 amp balancer hot wire into the L batteries, the EcoTrack batteries, and one for each. And this is 5 amp, but it only produces 5 amp of active current when the imbalance is 1 volt, which is very high. Typically, if the imbalance is 0.1 volt, it will produce 1 amp. 0.1 volt will be produce 1 amp. So as you can see, we are charging right now, and the imbalance is pretty impressive because of the cell balancer. It's pretty impressive. It's only 5 or 6 millivolt, and the voltage is climbing. 13.54 volt. And let's take a look at the left hand side battery. And the left hand side battery imbalance is 12 millivolt. It's also 13.5. And then the JK-Track imbalance is about 3 millivolt. The JK-Track comes with a 2 amp active balancing circuit, so it's actually move the cell with the high energy to the cell with the low energy using 2 amps, and it's also 13.56 volt. So you can see the voltage is the same, 13.56 and 13.56 between the batteries. So the charging is going well, and 38.7 amp is going to the JK-Track. I believe about similar currents are going to the left hand and the right hand side EcoTracks. So the underhood generator right now is probably producing about 110 to 120 amps, charging 3 batteries simultaneously, and the 3 batteries are connected in parallel. Let's take a look at the right battery. Okay, the right hand side battery is also doing well, 13.6 volt, 5 millivolt of imbalance. So a lot of owners have experienced that they cannot charge a battery higher than 13.2 or 13.3 volts, and the number one reason is because of the cells are imbalanced. So when the high cells get to about 3.6 volts, it would trip the BMS to shut it off so that it's not overcharging. And the low cells, if the low cells are only 3.2 or 3.1 volt, as you could tell that there'll be an imbalance and the cell would be shut off prematurely. And the battery is only as good as the weakest cell. If the weakest cell is not fully charged and the battery gets shut off, and then charging gets shut off, then you don't get 100% of the 200 amp hour capacity. You only will get a fraction of the capacity. So it's very important to get a good controller or good balancer. Like the JK-BMS, the balancing is amazing. It's active balancing, and it's right now 5 millivolt imbalance, even though the battery is 13.63 volt. And the underhood generator is programmed to charge at 13.9 volt. So if I let the engine continue to run, it will definitely charge the battery to 13.9 volt when they're full. And the Eagle tracks are also charging. Now is 13.7 volt. As you can see, the voltages are okay. Let's see, the voltages are 3.42, 3.43 volts. So it's still a long way to go before it hit the trip-off level, which is typically set at 3.6 volt. So the battery is capable to be charged higher than 14 volt if the balancing is good. So I have every confidence that this will charge very high. And let's keep it charging for a while before I shut the engine off, and then we could also take a look at the settling voltage. And now the JK track is charging at 53 amps. And these are the left hand side eco track. Okay, now the imbalance is climbing as expected. That's why we have the resting imbalance and also charging imbalance. By the way, these cells are more than 6 years old, and they are still functioning extremely well for us. So now may be a good point for me to record the charging imbalance. So first of all, the JK track charging is 13.72 volt. 13.72 volt, and the cell imbalance is 6 millivolt. Now it's 8 millivolt. Okay, it's 8 millivolt. Sorry for the focus. 8 millivolt. And the left hand side eco track is 13.82 volt, and the imbalance is 31 millivolt. And let's take a look at the right hand side battery. Right hand side battery is 13.8 volt, and the imbalance is 9 millivolt. Okay, the charging is slowing down, and as you can see from the app, it says it actually shows that the state of charge is 100%. So this is the state of charge, 100%. That is not very accurate because it's still charging at 26 amp roughly. So it's continue to be charged, and let's charge it a little bit more before I shut off the engine. Okay, for me to speed up the charging, I probably have to reset the underhood generator charging current. So I just shut off the engine and restart the engine. It would move the charge voltage from probably absorb, which is 13.8, back to the bulk charging, which is 13.9. So I'm going to shut off the engine and restart the engine again. Okay, let me restart the engine again. So right now the bomb is going through a soft start, so it's climbing and charging at higher current. It takes about a minute for the soft start to complete. Now it's charging at about 40 amps, and I believe currently is bulk charging at 13.9 volt. Okay, let's take a look at one more time. The left hand imbalance is 32 millivolt. The right hand battery imbalance is 7 millivolt. So they are very good based on what I have seen, and the JK-BMS definitely have outstanding balancing capability. If you don't have the JK-BMS, adding a 5 amp balancing circuit would help to prolong the life of the battery and also the energy capacity of the battery. And we can take a look at one more time the data I recorded in terms of the resting cell imbalance versus the charging cell imbalance. And what's worth notice is the left hand side cell resting is 10 millivolt, but when it's charging it's 31 millivolt. So if you want to know the real cell imbalance or the worst case self imbalance, you need to check the imbalance while the charging is ongoing, and because the resting would not give you a lot of information, just give you an idea of how well the cells are compared to each other. And charging is the one that would prematurely shut down charging if the imbalance is high. So it's good to check the imbalance while the engine is trying to charge the battery. Thank you for watching. Have a good day. Bye bye.